beautiful outside, and I would like to not be thinking about editing the whole afternoon. Hello friends, happy Tuesday. A couple nights ago I went to see Chappaquiddick, which is a movie based on the scandal of Ted Kennedy having an accident that ended up killing his older brother's secretary. Look it up. I am going to do a little more digging to see how accurate the movie is to real life, but knowing what I do now about where Ted Kennedy went from there, it's interesting but not surprising to see how far he went after literally being drunk and driving off a dock at night and not being able to save the young woman in the car with him, and then not reporting the crime. Accident, I guess. It became a crime because he didn't report the accident until quite a while the next day. And with all of that in mind, I would say the biggest takeaway I had from that movie, besides the fact that the side characters were often much more horrible than Ted Kennedy himself, is that the Kennedys were kind of messed up. That generation of Kennedys and the generation before, not only did they have a lot of influence and money, they also took the low road as often as possible if it was going to benefit their political careers and their image as politicians, as men. It was during a time when you could wait until the nightly news or the next day's paper, the next week's paper, depending on what it was, and you could get away with it. Now, not so much. You can't really just try to bury a scandal with another scandal because people on Twitter are going to call you out now. And I wonder whether there are advantages and disadvantages to that. I think the advantage is that we can call people out a lot easier without things being forgotten immediately because of something else happening. I would say, though, the disadvantage is that we're often more inaccurate when we don't do the deep dive before exposing something. And that's something that the movie Spotlight really touches on. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, and well deserved the Oscar for Best Picture that it won in 2016. But I would say that overall, when you look at deep dives into scandals or just big events that are connected to each other, it's crazy to see how often people cover things up to benefit their own history. When they look back, they can say, yeah, it was bad, but at least my political career survived. And it's crazy how that works, but it's a reality. It was a pretty good movie, I would say. If you are interested in political history, it's worth seeing. Not my favorite movie. I mean, it's pretty much a period piece about a prominent political figure. And with that being said, I will talk to you tomorrow.